Yo guys, what's going on? Welcome back for another episode of your favorite live stream. I'm in ghost mode today, as you can see. Feeling a little transparent. Not really sure why it's doing that, but I kind of dig it because it's like you can see the chart behind me, so I'm just gonna leave it. I'll figure it out. Figure it out later. So we are back. We are here. We're looking at the TA. Not too much has changed, but a few crucial things on the chart we were watching may have happened. So we're going to take a look at those. The whole market seems a little down, a little saggy. We're going to figure out why here in this episode. We have a few coins standing out. Actually, it's hard to say a few. It's really just one coin, seemingly defying gravity against the others. So we're going to take a look at that one as well. No onesie. That's right. This is a rare no onesie episode. I know you guys love the onesie. I did get my new onesie, so look forward to that. Tune in. Keep tuning in and you'll get a look at it. So let's see guys. New link for the Discord in the chat, pinned to the top of chat. Done. Second reminder. Patron, new month starts in 2 days. Great time to sign up. Don't sign up today. You'll just end up getting billed again on the 1st. I don't want anyone to get screwed. So take a look at Patron while you have these next 2 days to think it over. Invest in yourself. Wait till the 1st.
Woo, we are FOOKING live, baby, let's go. YouTube famous BTC King of Kings, protector of the crypto realm.
There we go. What's up, brother Josh? Good to see you, my man. You know, we were live 2 days ago, so you've been missing us all month. That's probably because YouTube doesn't always show us to our subscribers further reasoning why. You should be in the Discord. You'll get an alert every time we go live, like right now. Last thing of business, please hit that like button, guys. We have 46 likes. That's amazing. As you know, I am a YouTuber, and YouTubers have a contract with the devil. And if we don't get a certain amount of likes, they steal our soul. So please hit that button. In reality, hitting the like button and subscribing while we're live, what it really does is it encourages YouTube. It shows that the stream is being engaged with, and therefore the YouTube algorithm decides to show it to more people. So the more people who hit that like button and subscribe while we're live, the more eyes YouTube will put this stream in front of. So there we go. Shilling is out of the way. My least favorite part of all of it. But we're back. We're live. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. Last time we were live, we were in, what was it? It was 2 days ago. So we were looking for a close above the 20 daily moving average. We did get that close that day, however. Some not so great news. We have closed the candle now on the daily under the 20. We have a slightly lower low here today, trading down. It's like barely even a move. Trading down to 44,150. Slightly lower than 3 days ago's 44.8. Really slightly lower low. 1%, 2%, maybe, something like that. RSI in the daily continues to dip lower. That's not actually a bad thing, as price remains high and RSI is pulled down. We are looking at bullish divergence potentially forming. What we can do is look to the previous dip low on RSI. We see that on the 10th of February. We looked at this last time. Might as well go over it quick. This price point still in play. Still in play here. What we see is a low of 43,700 on our RSI. We see this little dip. And what happens is, well, if we stay above 43.7 and we continue to pull down the RSI, we have bullish divergence on the daily, and this is typically a strong signal of upside action. So we are going to absolutely be keeping an eye on this low. A break of that low will invalidate the bullish divergence on the daily. and likely, as we said in the episode before, lead to a test of the 50 daily. Now, why do we think that? Well, it makes sense, kind of how markets work a lot of time, but there's something a little more than that. Back in January, we saw a sell-off as well. We saw the 20 hold as support, more so than we did here. That by itself, not really a significant piece of information, but we see that this is virtually setting up for a similar type of price action. Once we got a close on the daily below the 20, that was January 20th, we saw that our low was broken. We got the close yesterday below the 20. This is not the most bullish news. You guys know I love to share. Love to share bullish news when I got it. But that's not what we do here. We share what the chart says. We got the close below. What can we expect? Well, if we repeat what we saw in January, we would look to the 50. That is our next target on the daily moving averages. What price is that at, you ask? Well, a very important one. Very important one. And throw this up. Get a cough. All right. So. Ooh.
Hey Tom, what do you expect the price action to be with futures expiring today? Crazy weekend per week ahead.
What's up, Jacob John? Yeah, man, that's what we're getting through right now. We're building up to it. We're going through some of the technicals. We do have futures expiring today. It is the last Friday of the month. And I do believe, we'll take a look at that. We'll take a look at futures as well. Let me just get through some of this T-Azels, and we'll take a look. We'll take a look. I mean, you know what we'll go back in January, see where January expired, see what happened as well. Maybe that'll be interesting. So this is an important piece of information that I want to share with everyone out there in the crypto world. The 50 daily currently sitting at a very specific point. That point would be the daily resistance set back in January of last month. It was broken. Well, first it was tested on the 6th, then broken on the 8th of February. Proving that it was resistance. Logically, markets do this type of action. They rally, they contract, look to moving averages a lot of time for support. They rally again, and then back test what was previously resistance as support. Now that would be what a textbook technical analysis would say. You make a resistance, you break it, you back test it as support, you move on. This is Bitcoin though. Bitcoin is rarely ever so easy, rarely ever so clean. So it is difficult to trust that value. However, that value is 40,665. Certainly going to be a number of importance for us. One, it breaks our 43.7, invalidates that bullish divergence on the daily, which we want. If you want upside action, we want that. We want that intact. So that wouldn't be ideal. However, it fits what we saw in January really closely. There was more support found on the 20 before dropping down to the 50 and rallying. So with this close yesterday, below the 20, the 50 is the downside logical target. Is a downside logical target. It's really difficult to look at it any other way, in my opinion. We haven't seen it. This low of today is very mild. I would have expected harder selling, to be honest, but if we do, first we would look to 43.7 and then lower to 40,666 to retest the high. Many people could argue and say, well, take the wick high. Sure, fine, that too. That would set us at just about 42. We see that the 50 moving average right around there. This is a solid zone. If we see continued selling, whether that's today, tomorrow, whatever, that would be the first logical place to look.
Long open with 10 loss LIQ. Is it 20k low but not the best? Is it better to stop the trade with loss or wait until we go up? Funding rates are low.
Grinchka. Smeminov. Thank you for the 5, Chief, my friend. Man, long open with 10% loss, liquid at 20k. Man, we can't do financial advice here legally on this channel. What I can say to you is, in my opinion, 20,000, not a very likely, not a very probable price point to see revisited here. Not a very probable one. What we can do is what we do a lot of the time on this channel and analysis is, well, let's look at what happened previously. The most recent price action. We saw in January this 30% retrace. I'm going to change that color back. 30% retrace, just about 31. Let's look at where that would land us here with our high being 58,000. Again, this is a Coinbase exchange. Some of the numbers may vary or differ if you're using a different exchange. That exact same retrace, we're looking right around that same value, right around that 40,665. Lines up with the 50 daily. This looks pretty logical. Looks pretty logical. However, I will warn you again, guys, Bitcoin, not a fan of logic, not a fan of rationale. So those are always hard. They're always hard to trust. We can simply look and say, in the event of this, what makes sense? And that's what TA is. MACD. Let's look at MACD here on the daily as well. We flipped to selling momentum on the 23rd. That selling momentum we can see here has not slowed. We see 4 days of continuous selling momentum increasing. That's not really what we wanted to see. Definitely want to see this momentum slow down. It took quite some time in January. In fact, let's see, the 12th all the way to the 2nd of February. It's 20 days, 21 days of selling. So far, they're looking similar. I think that's the best takeaway there. We're going to zoom to the weekly here. Actually, let's look at the monthly, get everybody's head back on straight. Monthly's still looking great. Monthly momentum's awesome. RSI is awesome. Really no issues here. Rarely is there ever issues on the monthly. When there is, that's time to pay attention. So look at this weekly. Not the ideal weekly candle, right? Currently bearish engulfed. But this does give us a value. Using our TA hats, this does give us an important value. With 2 days and 3 hours left until our weekly close, we can see that 48,667, very important price. Why? A weekly close above that level removes or invalidates, whatever you want to call it, this weekly bearish engulfing. That would be a negative sign, as you can see, on the way up since September. In fact, the last time we even closed a weekly bearish engulfed was August on our sell-off from 12.5 to 9.8. We've seen pretty much only green candles with mixes of kind of, you call them hammers, dojis, whatever. Not any signs of bearish engulfing. But what we can do is look at these again and say, well, wait a minute. Some of these weeklies have wicks that are below the previous candle. So we had, at one point, intra-week, a bearish engulfing on the weekly setup before being bought up. So this isn't the first time we've seen this. We have 2 more days in this weekly candle. That is plenty of time to move back up or farther down. But we've seen this before. So this is not freak out territory. This is not go crazy, I don't know, panic trade type thing. We've seen the setup, and by the end of the week, we no longer had it. If we look at January, we see this as well. Into the 2nd week of January, starting the 11th. We saw it selling off.
When you finish your thing, could you do me a solid and look at VGX again? See how it's behaving. Love you, bro.
I love you too, Chris, man. Thank you for the 5. Yeah, we got some stuff to get through, for sure, but you know what? I'll just throw BQ. I'll throw it up in the background. So I get to it. Thank you, my friend. So we've seen this. This is important. We've seen this before. In January, when we began selling off, candle traded all the way down here. Looked like bearish engulfing. Was bought back up. So this easily what we see here could end up just like those previous examples. Easily. There's no guarantee.
Bitcoin's problems is due to the climate change.
Okay, sure. DT, man, thanks for the 7 Canadians. Interesting take. On the weekly, Finally, we still do, we had this last time as well, we have the setup for bullish divergence on our lows on the weekly. We don't have any kind of confirmation yet. This isn't valid. We need to see a reversal of some kind back to the upside to show us that this is a low. But what we can do again is say, we can look, or not say, we can pinpoint a price, and that price right here is the low of January, 28,732. We can say, well, RSI is already lower than this point. So as long as price doesn't go lower than 28.7, we have bullish divergence on the weekly. That's great. That would be great. So we're keeping an eye. We have two important values now. One relates to the daily, one relates to the weekly. And actually we have a second one for the weekly. The point at which we are no longer bearish engulfed. Beautiful. Really just one more price point of importance here. We see that last week's weekly close was at 57.5, and we have virtually no wicks on the tops of these candles. That separates it a little bit from what we've seen in the past here on the way up. You see that almost all candles, all these weeklies, have traded higher. This would be the first one. This week would be the first weekly that we did not see price trade higher, even as a wick. So that is that stands out to me. It's odd, but we're going to keep an eye on the weekly, and we're just going to keep an eye on it. We're going to look for that close. That's about it. I think maybe Ichi, not there yet. Okay, Ichimoku Cloud on the weekly. The TK line acted as support in the sell-off last month. Holy boy.
Alright, climate change guy made me chuckle.
There's another one. Is he gonna do it? Alright, the second I start talking, it's gonna go off. Oh well. In January, the sell-off, we can see found support at this exact area, at the TK. This is the quicker responding Ichimoku cloud line. And we can see that that's reached up now. There it is.
Guess my earlier super was premature, lol. That BTC would be great if you have time. Lots of love for it in the chat too. XXXER spicy thang.
Thank you, Servi. Thank you for the 15 euros, man. I actually didn't see that, so I'm glad you said something. Of course, we'll take a look at Ethereum today. I mean, do we ever not? Has there ever been a stream where we didn't take a look at it? We'll take a look at it. Enox with Katsi, that made me chuckle too, but I'm trying to keep focused. Ricos is about to go off. Let's see if I can get it in. TK line at 42. That lines up with...
So people are bearish at support with bull div and fear of inflation in legacy markets got it.
Yeah. You know it, Rico. It's good. Keep them bearish. You don't want them getting bullish. Oh my goodness, we got another one coming. What can I get through? TK is right at 42k. That's the high swing in January, the wick high. We have lots of reason to believe that there is support to be found between 42 and 40,600. Next alert is incoming in like 2 seconds. So let's keep moving. Ah, it's not going to income. Sorry. James Hurdle, I love you, brother. Thank you for the 5 Canadians. The only reason it didn't alert is the alert box will only alert if it's above $5, and because 5 Canadian dollars is worth slightly less, it cuts it off. But climate change is a Rothschild. Well, yeah, something about it. How are we on climate change today, guys? We've never talked about it. We're not a climate change channel. You guys are wild. I love y'all. Let's see. On the daily, we find that we've tested the KJ. This is the slower responding line in Ichi. What this is doing is showing us an area of support that lines up pretty well with everything else. It's right in this area of the swing low, from 2 days ago. Our daily support that was found on the 10th and 11th. This has given us a pretty good confidence as well that this area is likely to act as support. I'm going to make a box here. Go. likely to be an area of support. So we have two zones. Unfortunately, in the other direction, we do have the TK now above us on the daily. We can see that price has moved up and tested it and was rejected. So this area is likely to act as resistance as well. It's currently sitting at 51,260. So there's kind of our guide here for what we're looking for. Interestingly enough, the weekly close that we want, right slap in the middle. Of course it is. Of course it is. Zooming into the 12-hour, then we're going to move on probably. We'll probably move on. What we see on the 12-hour is reflective of what we saw on the daily. We have a low swing low in RSI without the price to back it up. Price was not pulled down. Price was not pulled down in a way that you would expect if RSI was moving so quickly to the downside, showing, in my opinion, some kind of exhaustion in selling. On that bounce here, you can get rid of all this, I think. On the bounce, tiny little bounce on the 12-hour, we see that we have a lower low in price, no lower low in RSI. So we may have another bullish divergence forming on the 12-hour. This one is more confident than on the daily because we have seen some kind of reversal. It's not quite just a total knife type situation as it could be on the daily without any signs of confirmation yet. However, this is still working in progress, but we're getting signals that maybe we have the reversal potential coming. 12 hours selling momentum still pretty strong. This is the first potential waning candle of momentum on the 12-hour with 2 hours to go. This can really go either way. What I do like is this does appear to kind of be rounding. We don't see an acceleration so much. This could be a little weakness in selling. Not a huge amount to be taken there. Real quick at the 4-hour, if we... Yep, that's why I wanted to look at it. On the 4-hour, that bullish divergence that we spotted on the 12-hour is more obvious. This is why I wanted to look at it. This big blue line, or big blue arrow here, we can see a low and a lower low. However, our RSI and our MACD don't acknowledge it. They're not agreeing with price. They're saying price was brought down farther, but our indicators weren't showing stronger selling. And so that as well is bullish divergence. We see it on the MACD here in the same capacity. The 4-hour is looking to roll over as we've had multiple candle closes now with waning momentum. I always like it when RSI and MACD agree. That's a good signal for me. I don't know, it rhymes. Move on. I'm not a poet. Okay. All right, that's a pretty good rundown of Bitcoin, I think, right? I think so. Anything to note? 200 on the 200 moving average on the 4 hours coming up to meet our low in mid-Feb. Definitely some 4-hour resistance visible right there on the 23rd, 24th, 25th. It's right underneath the daily TK, so hey, maybe we have a zone of resistance that we've identified here. That would make sense to me. Right there. Boom. What this could imply is maybe we have a trading range. We'll see some trading up to the resistance, back down to support. We're really not going to know, but what we do know is the 4-hour looks to be losing selling momentum. It has bullish divergence. 12 hours beginning to show it. The day is set up for it, but isn't showing it yet. So that's a good step towards the right direction. I think we covered everything here. Right. I think we're good. We got through it. Are you proud of me? I'm proud of me. 564 watching. Pretty decent. It's last time we were live we had 1,000 pretty quick, but I'll take 500. Welcome guys. Great to have you. We just got through Bitcoin breakdown. If you missed it, feel free. DVR's enabled. You can go back, rewind it, rewatch it, and watch it after the show. We're gonna go into some other things here. We're gonna take a look at ADA. I promised somebody, off the top of my head, I can't remember a bunch of names. I promised somebody would take a look at options expirations on the corn. I think that would be a good wrap up. So let's bring this back to the daily. Today, options expire. As far as I know, there's $25 billion of open interest $25 billion of open interest. I want to say, and it's true, so I can't say, but I still don't feel like shoving it down people's throats as this is the biggest ever expiration. But guys, that's been true every month for like 4 months now.
Just blame Sideways Steve.
Old Sideways Steve. Love Steve. Love you too, Rika. Thank you for the 5, man. This is the biggest expiration options. Clickbait, mega emergency alert. Guys, every month for like 4 months, 5 months now, I don't even remember, I've lost count, we've had the biggest options expiration. So this is not new. This happened last month. Likely it will happen next month, as seemingly this crypto space is just still gaining momentum despite, I don't know, hype seems a little down. We see funding across the board right now is positive. It's close to neutral, with the outlier being FTX and Gate with a whopping 0.05% positive funding. Odd. It's odd to see so much positive funding, but not even that. It's the difference across exchanges where Bybit and Huobi are at neutral funding. You would assume arbitrage would be taking advantage of that, but it doesn't seem to be. So let's look at when did they expire last month. I do believe that was the 22nd. Somebody wants to correct me there, please do. I don't follow these religiously. It's either the 22nd or the 29th. I think it was the 22nd. Looks like actually they were on the 28th. So let's put a line. Where's the 28th? 29th, 28th, okay. For that, 23rd, 24th. Must have expired at 20. I hate the way that they do these. It's supposed to be on Friday. Oh, I see. The 29th. So January, this is where the previous most options ever expired. We see that it was pretty much the end of the correction.
I love my Bitcoin. Thank you. I love the global warming as well.
Well, it's cold here, my friend. DT, I love my Bitcoin too, brother. We both love Bitcoin. And that's pretty rad. Pretty rad, brah. Alright, so I guess funding. Or not funding. Options expire today. Exactly the moment they expire. I'm not sure. Maybe at the end of the close of the day, 2.5 hours from now. The previous options expiration, in hindsight, looks like it ended the pullback. Boom. We entered back into an uptrend, and 25th of December. Can't lie. There's very little. It looks like there's very little correlation. 26 or the 28th. We need one more sample because both of these are too similar. 28th. All right. Well, it does seem, at least in 1, 2. 1 now 2, 3. It does seem, at least in the last 3 months, we're not going to do any more on this, that after they expire, we've seen trend reversal or we've seen the trend pick up again. I'll take it. Yeah, I'll take it. Interest, when do you expire? Looks like open interest peaked on the 20th of this month. And it's settling back down now. Previous peak, January, around the same time, the 20th. Hard to draw a conclusion there. In general, what I've been saying since forever is options expiring doesn't necessarily have a bullish or bearish bias, but it usually does suggest that there is volatility ahead. Not necessarily indicative of a direction. Okay. Covered that. That's good. While I'm on the site, might as well look at, it looks like Grayscale just picking up pennies. 60 Bitcoin, not a big deal, not a big change. All right, so the highlight, I guess, of the show. The one coin right now defying gravity ADA Cardano. Currently sitting at number 3, retaking the throne from BNB's explosive move, a few days ago. Retaking the number 3 spot, surpassing USDT, DOT, and BNB. And man, does this chart show it. Holy F, man. Oh. What to even look at first? You know, it's all fire. So we have been following ADA really closely, very closely. Let's see, since 20 cents. No, before that. God knows. 16 cents. Broke out 20 cents. We're looking for 34. Got it. Looking for 74. Got it. All right, here's where it got trickier. It's time to get rid of these. We were looking for a back test of 74 cents. Boom, done. Got our perfect back test off of our measured move target. Awesome. Price held, and we were looking for a retest of the all-time high. Looks like that's what we got. This is not on an exchange necessarily. This is a calculated chart of the ADA price. So whatever exchange you're looking at, someone's going to say, it's not the same on mine. What chart is that? These are typically just good enough. They're good enough. They're not exact to the penny, but we were looking for $1.31 on this chart. I'm assuming it's hit all-time highs on other exchanges. Feel free to correct me again. Did anybody say anything about funding or whatever option interest? That's what I was looking for. I'm in ghost mode, flags. You know, ghost mode. Ghost mode. All right. So we're getting our test of the all-time high here on ADA. Beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, thank you. The Orderly hit 130 on Binance shortly ago. Okay, cool. So, all right, another one, boys. Another in-stream call. Success. The free money channel. What's going on? Here's what we need. ADA needs to close a daily candle above. Selling off in the next 2.5 hours, closing lower, not going to cut it. Need to close above. You get a close above. $1.31 here, whatever it is on your exchange, doesn't really matter. And $1.81 is our target. That is a huge increase for something that has increased so much already in a short period of time. 42% from here with Cardano's whopping $40 billion market cap. We would see in the scenario where this plays out, which is probably likely, 42% gain on market cap would be roughly 18 billion. So that would put Cardano looking about a $58 billion market cap. That's wild. That is some wild moves. I know a lot of people have this is your first run, so rightfully or understandably confused at BNB reaching the 3rd position in crypto market cap top 10. That caught me off guard too. We've seen that since sink down. Cardano now number 3rd. Base, just pro learning lesson here, guys, is during this bull run, we are going to see a shifting of the top 10 a lot. I would put one whole dodge. I would bet one whole dodge that we see at least 10 coins that have never been in the top 10 be in the top 10 by the end of this run. Will they stay in the top 10? Probably not. What you'll see is just like markets moving up and down, so does the top 10. Things seem to wade or really rally strongly into the top 10 and then fizzle out. Rally back in, fizzle out. The things that really remain constant in the space is Bitcoin sits at the top. Ethereum has held number 2 for a very long time. I believe the last time it lost number 2 was really briefly to Ripple. I don't know, I might be wrong. I'm getting old. But this is normal. This is normal. It's gonna happen. Just wait till you're holding onto a coin that just jumps into the top 10. It's an exciting time. So ADA, just some quick TA here on the USD pair because I don't really care about it. Looking at an open sky bullish divergence on its lows, bearish divergence on its highs. This is a pretty ugly spot. It's been looking strong. It's been moving strong. But if I were to make a choice right now, if I had to trade ADA right now, I would take profit. I would not look to open a new long position at its all-time high. All-time highs are for doing nothing or for taking profit. They're not for opening new positions, in my opinion. Don't get burnt. Upside target $1.81 by the end of the bull run. Of course, I believe it can hit $1.81 by the end of this bull run. Will it happen today?
Crow will get a permanent spot, lol.
Crow has a permanent spot in the top 10 in my heart. So I don't really care about the ADA pair in dollar. What I do care about is the ADA pair in Bitcoin. And this is what caught my attention today. We have been speculating. You can see, I love looking back at charts and seeing like what we were looking for. We're looking for a break to the upside. I was of the opinion 2,550 sats was likely to act as resistance. Apparently not. Apparently no. ADA reaching and blasting through that today. Blasting. Looking for a close above 2,550 sats on ADA. And if it gets it, the numbers become pretty silly pretty quick. So let's take a look at what we could expect. Wow, we're literally at the measured move. Yeah, this could be legit the worst time to open a new position. Right at the measured move. Wow. Oops. Huh. Well, yep, yeah. That's what I said earlier. Let's take a look at what is above. This is what's like exciting here. Is kind of regardless, or I just said, oh no, we're at the measured move. This terrible time to open a position, probably. Still true. However, almost with, I don't know, backtrack that. There is a strong confidence that ADA BTC closes above 2,188 sats this week. If and when it does that, the exciting part is there's not a lot above it. This doesn't mean that it's going to explode and instantly go nuts, but there really is a pretty big void. We see a slight resistance possible at about 3,000 sats. Above that, I think this is a monthly 3,600 to 4,100. You're really, ADA has really escaped this area of very high selling pressure and resistance. What's super exciting about it is this. Invert your scale. You have everyone's favorite, you have the potential for everyone's favorite pattern. The old head and shoulders. It's upside down, so this is bullish as opposed to bearish. I like it. This isn't perfect. The right shoulder doesn't come down far enough, but that's okay. It's just the overall picture is looking good. What I would like to see, though, is I would like to see a close above 2,100 sats. I would like to see, doesn't have to necessarily be on the weekly, could be on the daily. I would like to see it pull back test that 2,188, and then run. We haven't been getting super consistent back tests, so may not come. However, it's not the end of the world. Our momentum on the weekly looks great. Our RSI is just a hair away from great. Plenty of room still on the upside. Escaping the clouds on Ichi. Oh yeah. I love it. Weekly momentum's awesome. I'm sure monthly momentum doesn't exist. All right, it's awesome. This is really powerful. Here's the thing. It's at the highest point it's been at in years. Guys, I know you're feeling FOMO, especially as it's like the only thing moving right now. Everything is going to do this. With such few exception, everything is going to do this. So many coins look exactly like this chart, where we see 2017, 2018 smack it back down to reality with a few fake outs along the way. And now we're just starting to see these. We're going to see this on other coins. This is not just ADA. So if you're not in ADA, FOMOing in at the second, not the best call. We can see this monthly resistance that we're hoping to get a close above isn't too far from price. Could be a great position. Could be a great spot to find a position on a test of that level, which is 2188.
You can take a look at the EGLD USD.
Thank you, Josh. You put a question on that. Question mark on that. Of course we can. Of course we can, dudes. We got some coins to look at today. Don't worry. Don't worry. But this is a little lesson in FOMO. There's gonna be more of this. Look at this pattern. This is like the most common pattern to see in crypto right now. You see these peaks. You see a few kind of fake out bull traps. And finally, they're escaping after all this time. Other things are gonna do it. Don't buy stuff at all-time highs. That's not financial advice. That's just, well, it's my opinion, but it's I don't know. Don't get wrecked advice. Make your own trades. Make your own trades, but know that buying at resistance is always it's statistically just a worse choice. All right, there it is. But 88 is looking strong, man. I would be interested. Did the daily didn't even back test it. I might be interested on a back test of 21 or 2200 sats, but I'm not interested in this big green candle. I'd love to look at it. Love what it's doing for my portfolio. I do own ADA, but yeah, no, don't buy the tops. Don't buy the tops. Real quick before we get to the requests, did want to take a look at Orn for Marika. She requested this the last episode. We said $14, 15 cents, 215. We said 215 as the psychological. Both targets hit. Boom, boom, 1, 2. 14, 15, and $15 down. Wild ride. I love the in-stream calls. They're my favorite. Because I don't plan them. They're just like, just looking at something I've never looked at. Make some observations. I love when they hit. Just wanted to share it. For those of you still in on Orn, you're looking all right. You have support at $10. Hasn't been tested as support. I think that is likely. It is likely. But dang, this thing still looks pretty angry, doesn't it? Fancy. All right, not much else to say about it. Just wanted to point it out from last episode that we got a nice little hit on that. MATIC was going nuts the other day. Yesterday. Wanted to look at MATIC quick. MATIC didn't get the close. No, that's alright. So close. Looking for a close in MATIC at 384 sats. Man, that would be wild. This coin, I do own some of. I bought it. Fun fact. Fun story. I practice what I preach. I don't just randomly say stuff. I bought MATIC on this. Not here, thank God. I saw this. This was some kind of weird leverage thing happened on Binance. They listed it and something happened. I don't know. And the thing just collapsed. It went from like 600 sats to 150 sats in like a day. And I bought some like down here at like 170. So as you can see, that wasn't the best position ever. Traded all the way down to 55. But now I'm back in profit, baby. Diamond hands. Diamond hands. Looking for a close above here. And if you do, you have pretty much, you're clear to launch. You've got that 568 target to your upside. That is quite an upside in Bitcoin pair with a 50% gain. Rock and roll. All right, I don't have anything else to say about that. Let's get to the requestos. The requestos. What do you think? For Mr. Chris. Mr. Chris. I don't know how many of you have made tons of money on Voyager, but if you have, well done. Congrats. Well traded. It's all you. We have been rocking this coin as well on the TA. Surprisingly so. I'll say surprisingly so. It has behaved. It has respected the TA. The TA was respected by the Voyager so far. Man, I remember, Chris, it was probably you. I think I drew this for you, Chris, a while ago, right? I said, well, we don't really know where the bottom is, but I like this pattern it's in, descending channel. We know that statistically they break to the upside. Look at how lucky. Broke up. Retested that 1,000 sat. I was looking for a back test. What you'll notice, guys, is I'm always going to be looking for these back tests, and they don't always come. And really what that is symptom of a bull market. You just skip them sometimes. Should it? Yeah, it should. But there really doesn't matter should. So our target here was to retest the high. We've already retested 13,500. We're just below 15,500. This has been a wild ride for our channel. We have called the crap out of this coin. Can't lie, don't like the condition of the RSI. Daily, the MACD is okay. It's okay. What we have above gets so weird so fast. You break 15,500 sats. Mind you, we were looking for a breakout on a daily close above 3,300 sats just back in January. Currently sitting at 350% gain against Bitcoin since then. Freaking wild. I'm going to zoom this in a little bit. It's just struggling with RSI. It cannot get a pretty RSI going. Not the end of the world. As here we go. It looks as if we've broken that 13,500 mark on the 4 hour. This looks like a nice back test. We might even look to say this could be support now. Could do that. In fact, I'm going to do that. I'm going to throw it up on green. We see that the 10,000 mark back tested once, twice, held support. This thing is just making it's just building a staircase up. That is good. That is good. That's good health. If health is really a thing in an asset, which I don't really believe it is, that's okay. We're not gonna get much here. Man, I'll put it this way, it's gonna be hard to get a read here, man. Like, you're at the all-time high. Rarely are you gonna get a clean signal there. But I can say this, the longer that it stays in this range, consolidating just below 15,500, the more confidence I will have that it's looking to make that move up to 22,300. And that is that's a wild ride too. That's another 43%. It's going to be really hard to get a read here, I'm sure. Following the 40 MA. 20 MA. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. RSI is just so ugly. But what are you going to do? Bitcoin and Ethereum all the way up from like 10,000 had pretty ugly RSI, and they just kept going. A bull market really just takes the technical analysis rules and throws them out the window. Logic, rationality, just doesn't matter. They don't care. Alright, once we're out on the weekly, the RSI actually looks pretty good. MACD showing that momentum increasing, continuing to increase, not slowing down. RSI has a lower low here with a higher low in price. That's bullish divergence. All it needs now. Actually doesn't even need it yet. This is actually a pretty clean setup. Not gonna lie, this actually, if it breaks 15,500 sats, I think that'll be actually very exciting. I'm about to show you why. Yep, our targets are still on. This is why. Because you have bullish divergence on RSI on your weekly, not on your daily, not on your hourly, on your weekly. This is a big time frame. This is powerful stuff. What we're looking at a lot of other coins is we're saying, man, this is ugly because our RSI, that's not at the highest point. That's bearish divergence potentially. That would be true. However, this isn't the highest point. This is actually the highest point in price, and it is the highest point in RSI. So the fact that we don't have a higher RSI is a good thing currently. So what this coin would be looking for is to break up above 15,500 sats, 15,500, and make a higher RSI high. That looks like our little green zone here would be the area that might look to do that. and it's actually set up pretty solid for that. So I don't know, man. How do you say like edges with something after it's gone up almost 400% against Bitcoin? That is a feat in itself. Same rules apply, boys and gals. Buy things on pullbacks, buy at support. You don't want to buy them at resistance. All right, we'll take a look at Ethereum's. What's up, Crypto Sharknado, my man? Where you been? What's up, Dan P? Did I do BTC already? Yes, my brother, I did, but DVR is enabled. If you rewind to the start, it's the first thing we covered in depth. You can do that now, or you could do that at the end of the show. It's up to you. Ethereum's. What are you doing? Actually, look pretty decent. All right. Dollar pair. I'm gonna skip over the dollar pair right now. Hopefully, my goal is to have all of you at some point feel the same way. The dollar pair. You don't need to look at the dollar pair. Dollar pair is just Bitcoin. It's Bitcoin with like little tweaks. When you look at the Bitcoin pair, then you see what's actually going on. Ethereum Bitcoin pair here is showing us how Bitcoin is, or how Ethereum's value is changing against
Schlong
Bitcoin.
Dong Diggity Dog pulled initial investments on some pumps, would love your quick take on CFI and AGI. Thanks for all you do, Tom. Much love.
My man Losty. Schlong Dong Diggity Dog. Schlong Dog. CFI. AIG. I know I've looked at AIG. I'll load them up for you. AGI. I think I'm getting dyslexic from all these tickers. I don't know who I looked for this last. Diggity dog, man. We get through Ethereum. GI CFI. I don't think I've looked at CFI. Okay, I gotta make a new chart. We can take a look at this for you, my man. CF. It's on Uniswap. Okay. We can take a look at Ethereum, then we'll get on to these other ones. So if you've been following us, if you've been following the Tom Crown channel, Tom Crown fam, all of you wonderful people, best way to do that's in Discord, by the way, and by being liked and subscribed and hitting the bell. I hate shilling, but it's just so important. We've been following Ethereum for some time, and we were looking to go long back in January or late December. We were looking for 044. No, what's funny is how few people I was following. No, I wasn't following, but I have little birds everywhere. Just like that guy in Game of Thrones. That whisper things to me. Very few people recognized this 044. Very few recognize this as resistance. It was tested not once but twice, arguably 3-4 times, before rejecting. This was our take profit target. We looked then to scale back in, layer back in, layering, powerful strategy. But we are now at our currently we are at our strong support, 031. And probably make that lazy and say 03, 031, either way. Here we are. On the 23rd, traded below, buyers came in, intraday, closed above. We have not closed a candle below there. We're seeing some wicking. But to me, I think we might be seeing a reversal. That's odd. On the daily, we're seeing it. All right, MACD momentum. We saw it apex on the 10th of February, waned off before more selling came in, and now we're seeing it wane off again. This is what we're going to hope to see on Ethereum Bitcoin. Momentum wane off, flip back to buying momentum. And why do we want to see that? Oh, because this is a strong bow and arrow analogy, guys. You have a bow and arrow. you pull the bow back, right? Harder you pull it back, faster the arrow shoots forward. That's what we're looking for. And Ethereum has really, really pulled that bowstring back. So let's take a look. I haven't done this in a while, simply because it's been kind of following the TA, so there hasn't been a huge need to do new TA on it. All right. So Ethereum so far has retraced to the 0.5 level, the most common, the level we look for always. That's at 0.32. Our 618, the golden retrace, beautiful, is sitting at 0.29589. So just so close to 0.3. Virtually the same price. Beautiful. That seems, it just missed it. It's okay. Wouldn't surprise me to see a full test of 0.3. 0.03 on Bitcoin Ethereum pair. I guess it is a full test. 0.3008. That's close enough for me. I bet if we take it from this low, that's perfect. Yep, there it is. Money done. So 618 retrace. Boom. Just boom. I need something. I need some other sign. Show me. Show me Ethereum, Bitcoin. Show me your secrets. Ooh, those are ugly moving averages, though. Those are ugly moving averages. If 0.03 is lost, I doubt it. I doubt it will be. This may consolidate here, may trade sideways. I don't think that it sees, I don't think it sees all the way back down to like 0.26. Momentum's waning off. Does 12 hours show it? 12 hours janky. Lots of bullish divergence here on the 12 hours. It sold off. Lots of it. See multiple hits of higher lows on our side with lower lows in price. Didn't really play out though. Seems it's just another back test. Maybe range bound for a little bit, but I don't see bearishness. I will say that. This looks like a really, honestly, a very... Oh, this is 72 minute. That's not the 12 hour. That was on the 72 minute. Scratch whatever I just said. Either way, this is beautiful. You have this really strong rally and you pull back to the 618, the golden retrace, just so happens to be overlapping with your major support. If you guys are thinking about FOMOing into something, which I'm sure lots of you FOMOed into Ethereum back in early February, try doing trading correctly. I'm not advising you to make a trade of any kind. But try doing it from support, not at resistance. And it looks like that, looks like there might be an opportunity coming up. So Ethereum Bitcoin pair looks great. Love it. Ethereum and dollar pair looking not so great, kind of the same as Bitcoin at the moment. Unfortunately, Ethereum gave us this signal early. Ethereum closed a candle under the 20 a few days ago. And just like we were saying in the beginning of this episode about Bitcoin, if we close a candle below the 20, the next logical target's the 50. We see Ethereum immediately reach down to the 50 at 1500, closed below that. So here's the issue. You have pretty strong support on Ethereum at 1376. By the way, I'm never going to let anyone live this down. 1994. Never going to let them live it down. Strong support, 1376. Should be strong support. If Bitcoin sees continued selling, if we see some lower lows, on Ethereum, the next place I would look is 1105. Why? Well, that was our major resistance on the way up. Yes, we back tested it. So is retesting it a good thing? Not really. It's not a terrible thing, but it's not good. You don't want to be testing support multiple times. The more you test a support or resistance, the weaker they become. So to move up and then come back and test it again after back testing it, not ideal, not the end of the world. 100 or 1105, in my opinion, is likely to hold. Why is that? Well, because we have the 100 daily moving average moving up right on top of it. It's looking to overlap with that support. We see this happen a lot. And when it does, we expect a stronger response, a stronger buying response, or a stronger support. Same's true with resistances and moving averages as well, but we're not in that scenario. In my opinion, 1105 is probable to hold. If it doesn't, this is the problem. So anything above 1100 is totally cool. Totally fine. You can maybe Yu-Gi-Oh! Part of the cards it and say 1,000 because it's psychological. That seems ballsy. Here's the problem is, the same way on the way up, if you were here back in January, we were looking at Ethereum, we got our close above 741 and we said, well, it's going to 1100. Why? Because there's nothing here. This is a big void. It's a big void. There was really no resistance in that void, and thus on the way up, not likely to be a lot of support there. So I do believe 1105 holds, but if it doesn't, you're in price discovery, and that price discovery could backtest all the way back to those 700 numbers. I don't think this is the most probable scenario. So I'm even going to delete this because I don't want people to tune in and get freaked out. That's not my goal. Let's see. This is actually looking pretty good. Really, this is how I see it. That's it. Ethereum, Bitcoin pair looks good. Ethereum dollar pair looks like Bitcoin, but maybe a little ahead in the progress of what's happening here. So I think it is likely that it bounces from 1376. That should be a strong support. If it doesn't, you have 1105. These are really the only two values I'm looking at in Ethereum. Under that end, yeah, you're going back all the way. You're doing a lot of retracing. I don't think that this is in the cards. So there's your 2 price points. Easy peasy, especially for a chart that's so popular. For a coin that's so popular. Easy chart. Remember, same thing as I was just saying. Bow and arrow, bowstring. Farther this pulls back, faster the arrow will launch. That's going to be true here. For instance, if the low is in, which I certainly can't say with any kind of certainty or confidence, 3,000 would be our next upside target. Fibonacci tool, take the top, take the highest point in price, February 20th, connect it to the lowest swing low that we have, the 23rd, use the 2 extension, that gives us 3,000. That's a big move, especially off of 1,300. That could be a very big play. Very big play. 121%. Wouldn't blow my mind. RSI's low. We haven't seen momentum slow down. On the 12-hour it is. Ethereum looks just like Bitcoin, honestly. That's all there is to say. So we're going to look at some of these other requests. Titan speaking some truth. I believe that. That man spits it. Spits those truths. I had to pull up EGLD for Josh, which I didn't. Ghost show. Ghost show. Ooh, this has lost some. Going right back to that 95 though. Not too bad. Let me see. I gotta do them in order they were received. R Servy, my brother, already got Ethereum. Chris Coden, my bro, we got the Voyager. Alright, so wow, okay, good. I like it when there aren't a million requests. I don't know about you guys. Makes it easier.
Thank you.
Thank you, my man. Thank you, my dude. Yeah, I like it when there's not a million requests. Makes it a lot more chill. I can actually have time to think. So we have CFI, AGI, and EGLD to do. We can do that. That's manageable. Let's do one. Wait, who did it first? Josh did it first. Alright, so Josh, we're going to do EGLD, then we'll do the CFI and the AGI. This chart is getting very busy. We've had some very monstrous calls on this coin. We had monstrous calls. Should probably get rid of some of this noise. Man. Man, I'm gonna crack my back or something. I'm not comfortable today sitting. I don't know what's up. We'll get to EGLD. Yes. False flags, my man, is correct. 88 coverage. All you have to do is rewind. BTC coverage. All you have to do. Rewind to the beginning of the episode. Already covered. In depth. Like, you're not going to want me to talk more about Bitcoin if you watch that. You're going to be like, dude, I already got too much. It's already too in depth, bro. I can't handle it. We just did Ethereum, so you rewind like 5 minutes. Something like that. Let me see. For one thing I want to do, I'm going to give a shout out here to one of our fam members who has been part of our Patreon group forever. I don't know, since like day one. Mr. Anthony. I don't know if he's here. I haven't been watching the stream too much, or the chat too much, but shout out to Anthony. He added timestamps. Or he went through and noted the timestamps from the previous live stream, and it's a huge value. Just wanted to shout him out. And I don't know if you're watching, brother, but if you are and you're taking notes on those timestamps again, right on. I think it gives our videos a lot more value than they usually have immediately after streaming, so really appreciate that shout out. Alright. EGLD. EGLD. I forgot. I was just enjoying not doing something for a minute, wasn't I? Anthony V, what's up, bro? Crypto Tech. You're sensing fear. The force is strong. Bro Van Good Life. I like that name right on. Nurse Judy. Nurse Judy, I missed you. I missed you in our meeting. Joshua Gonzalez with the diamond hands. Andrew Montes. Was I a math major? No. No, good question though. Weird that 3 people just asked for BNB in a row. Is BNB doing something? Let's see. I was like kind of talking some smack on it, so I could see it. Doing something. No, it's not moving. That's okay. I'm gonna get some shouting out done. I haven't done that in episodes because you guys have been slamming me with requests. Please don't. I'm enjoying just chilling. Ooh, Lauren Stewart's back. You're never comfortable sitting? I usually am. Today, though, I'm like wildly uncomfortable in this chair. I don't know if you guys can tell. Maybe it's this shirt. I kind of feel like it feels tight. I don't know. Chris Ang, what's up? SV, what's up? BNB. Man, what's up with the BNB? Gregory Allen, XLM. There's a different request. Ooh, Titan. There's some knowledge, dude. I'm gonna like pin that. If you're tired of being that guy steadily losing your coins, come get learned in the Discord. Discord links in the chat. Rico S, how you doing, brother? There's a guy. Ian Brian. I've never known how to say your last name. What's up, my dude? Good to see you. You know what? Go ahead. Give that Mr. Ian one of his, give him his wrench back. How you doing, brother? Good to see you. Thomas Stoik. What's up, man? Down on an ethlong. Yeah, so this doesn't have anything to do with what you're asking, Thomas. Great name, by the way. Very handsome name. Oh. Very handsome name. Not against you, Thomas. This is a comment in general. So people will come in and they ask me a lot about their leverage positions. The problem is every leverage position. So just because, say I have a 10x open on something and you have a 10x open on something, right? That doesn't mean that we're both going to be liquidated at the same price. It doesn't mean we both have the same amount of collateral. There's so many different aspects that are involved in it that asking somebody what you should do with a leverage position is like and I'm not suggesting at all that you should give me this information because I'm still not going to have an answer for you. But without giving them so much information, there's just nothing anyone can do. They can, they're just going to tell you something and you're probably going to wait until you hear what you want to hear. And this isn't against you, bro. This just happens a lot. Do I think Ethereum will go back above 1900? Absolutely, I do. Do I think it will go lower first? Well, we just looked at it. No, we don't know. But I wish you the best, my brother. I do. Miker, what's up, man? Talking about fibs? Yeah, love my fibs. Sunny G, how you doing? False flags already shouted you out, but it's worth it twice. Nicholas Brennan, what levels should we be looking for on Bitcoin? If you guys rewind the video to the start, I spent so much time. In depth, more details than you'll ever want. Rewind it. Elixir, what's up, brother? Dallin Song is here. Let's see who else is here. Jerry Macy. Mr. Macy. Leroy. Oh, hello.
Hi, babe, I missed you.
There he is. There he is. I'm like scrolling back through the chat. I'm like, man, all these people are here. I'm shouting people out. And I was like, you know what? There's someone missing. What's up, Gavin? How you doing, brother? It's good to see you. Hope you are doing well. Thank you for the 25. I wish that they were Canadian dollars, man. I want Canadian dollars. Gotta roll with the swings. Alright, let me get this. You know what? I did make a promise. I did make a promise. I'm gonna have to fall through that. I'm gonna do Josh's, though. Because I promised Josh as well. We are the only Bitcoin channel. The only. That's willing to go into the depths of the Canadian dollar. Coming right after I take a look at EGLD for Josh. Alright, EGLD on the weekly. Looking alright. Not a lot of history there. Won't have a lot to play with. So let's zoom it in. Here we go. 50 MA touch. Wow. Support 40. EGLD with a dollar. Today closing could have the first sign of waning momentum. That would be great. Don't know for sure. RSI is very low, in fact, beautifully low. Actually, now I have a great feeling about this chart now. So much so. I'm gonna make a copy so I can show you guys what I'm looking at. Ready? Oh yeah. We don't need any indicators where we're going, baby. We don't need any indicators. We only need one tool. One tool to rule them all. Here we go. What do we have here? We have a very interesting setup. Very. This is how I would usually look at it. Usually look at it as a flag. This wick down to $65 or something. Apparently this was real. Hard to believe. But more importantly than it being real, backtest, daily support. Beautiful. You know how many orders were trapped or how many stops were hit here? Neither do I. The answer is a lot. Without this wick, and no, I don't think you should selectively do this in your TA to make a point or something. Ignore data. Don't do that. But there is something important here is this wick is odd. But without that wick, we have what is almost certainly...
Hi, cutie.
How you doing, baby? I love you, Gavin. Love you, brother. We have a descending channel. Even with that wick. We can even say even with the wick, because I don't like discluding data. It's just a bad practice. Even though I think it would make sense here, it's a bad practice. There you go. You've backtested support. You're in a descending channel. The probability of this breaking to the upside is very good. Does that mean it's going to break here? It's not going to go lower than 80, 90? No, I can't say that. It is at support. Seems okay. Daily's potentially rolling over. That's good. 12-hour is showing us that rollover.
You wanted Canadian dollars. Here is the most dominant currency in the world. Fiat shall prevail. Lol jokes, screw discredit card monies.
Oh yeah, with the Canadian dollars, the Canadians. Oh yeah. Alright, alright. Gavin-san, you've made my day. EGLD in this ascending channel. Likelihood edge, breaking to the upside. 12-hour show in the rollover. Daily close here today. Watch it if you're watching EGLD. This would be a great sign. Boom. Moving on. Sean K. My man. Actually, yeah, we'll move on, but just a little hopiums for the EGLD for Josh. This is far away, but just like in every example, the harder you pull that bowstring back, the faster the arrow moves. You re-break 216 on EGLD and it's gonna go absolutely nutty. Sean K, thanks for the details, Tom. Toronto in the house. Shout out, Sean K. How you doing? How you doing? AGI USD. We were looking at this not too long ago. Looks like we hit our... Wow, nice. So there's another example of me looking for a back test and not getting it. I think when we looked at it in that episode, I was like, man, we have this back test, but that already happened.
Can we take a peek at XTZ BTC?
William Bewley. William Bowley. There's a lot of vowels. I'm getting them mixed up, my man. Tezos. Yeah, we got a few to get through. We can probably rip off the Tezos. We can probably off the Tezos. I was looking for the back test. I think it had happened like in that day or day before. I don't remember. I remember being like, I can't do that because like trading back in time is easy. We had the right idea. We hit our 25 cents. That was our measured move. Now we're forming. Now we're forming the inverse head and shoulders. If I did not have, well, I don't have a position in this coin, but if I was looking to have one, I'm going to give you that crappy answer again. Same thing as last time we looked at it. I know it's painful. Look for it. Look for that 9 cent. I know it's painful. It sucks. But guys, there's a bigger picture at play here. You guys know I love it. Hopefully this is why, or hopefully this will show you why I'm looking for that 9 cent back test. We need it. We need that 9 cent back test so we can form just this mega inverse head and shoulders. We need that back test.
Hey babe, can you analyze BTC?
Oh god, one song. Yep. I have to get through these 2 requests. So AGI USD looking good. Man, I'm looking for that 9 cents. To be honest, your boy Tom Crown might even look to... I'll keep this position open. I'll keep this as a true position. Back test that 9 cents. The minute you break 25 cents, it just gets stupid. You're looking at, I don't know, 70 cents. Then all of a sudden you're looking at like multiple dollars. You want that back test. You want to complete that inverse head and shoulders. Daily momentum is waning off. You don't have bearish divergence on your local highs. Things are looking good. CFI WETH. This is for Losty still. These are always odd. I hate the Uniswap charts only because they're always so spotty. Just spotty. Like I have to go out to the day to get real candle closes and stuff. Gavin-san, I'm finishing CFI, and then not only will I look at Bitcoin for you, I'll look at Bitcoin CAD. It's a CAD. Don't call it cash. All right. CFI WF. This actually has a pretty cool chart to be honest. Does lacks that inverse head and shoulders to the same degree as what we just looked at with AGI. That's okay. Not everything's going to have that. Especially important note is all of Uniswap is ETH pairs, so they aren't going to look as much like Bitcoin. They're going to look more like ETH. The same way everything in Bitcoin pair looks a lot like Bitcoin. CFI, you have strong support at 0034. If that's 3/3400 thousandths. I don't know, man. I don't know what the terminology is. You have a local daily resistance at 0125. currently trading above it, looking for a close above it. That will net you. Some interesting gains. No bearish divergence to be seen on the daily. Is there anything on the week that we're missing? Not even a little bit. Cool. This chart is pretty cut and dry. I dig it. I dig it. 0034. That's so nice. Check out this 4 hour as we started. Okay. You have alright, we can definitely identify some kind of support here. Yep. 0-1, perfect. It's psychological. It's acting as support. Brilliant. We're going to have a measured move if that 0-1 holds. Remember, this is not cents, so I have to keep fighting the urge to say 0-1 cents.
Bitcoin is penetrating everything moving.
Giggity. Giggity, man. Giggity. Oh, it's a penetrator. Breaking 0.17, our current high from 2 days ago. Rephrase. Closing a daily above 0.1251. Correct? Correct. Right? Yes. Is a great sign you're closing above daily resistance, local daily resistance. You do have an even smaller time frame resistance above you as well, 0.142. But this is local. It's on like the 4 hour. Not super likely to be of much importance. Here's what we're looking for. You get that daily close, and you are reaching for 0.29. It's a big jump. That's a great jump. Watch for the close. 4 hour actually looks fine. The highest point on our side. No bearish divergence. The chart looks pretty good. Sweet. So now we're going back to Bitcoin because I made a promise. That I would be the first streamer ever. No, I'm just kidding. Or am I? To look at BTC CAD. To the CAD. I'm actually kind of sad at the choices. Is this really it? Is it just Capital Com? I've never heard of that. That's okay. Gavin in the house. All right. So looking remarkably like the dollar pair, of course. Of course it is. Let's see. I think we're actually going to have to move back. Where do we got on the weeks? There we are. Let's take that. Weekly support at 50,400 CADs. It's a CAD. I feel like I'm from Boston now. The CADs. Look at the CADs. Traded up to 72,100. Alright. Let's get... Where's our moving averages? Here we go. Here's something interesting. Is anyone observant enough to notice? Why this? Why is Bitcoin in CAD pair more bullish? Because it is. Bitcoin CAD is... CAD, I can't get over it, man. More bullish than Bitcoin USD. What can we take away from that? We can do some kind of unorthodox analysis. But I'll do it. Why not? For Gavin's on. Do whatever. The man wants CAD, he gets CAD. Alright. So what we can say here, and no, don't tell your Wall Street millionaire friends about this because they'll laugh, but US dollar pair and Bitcoin is trading closed below the 20 daily. CAD pair. Looking to close above it, maybe. Actually, I don't know. Maybe this isn't trading right now because maybe that's actually the only reason. 26th. No, it should be. It closed. It closed trading. Right? Right? I'm confused. Yeah, trading's closed. Okay, that's fine. That's just fine. Yup. So, the reason. This is more bullish. It's above. It's closed above. So what can we infer from this? Well, does it make sense that Bitcoin is bullish in Canadian dollars, but maybe not in US dollars? Not really. Not really. It can imply 2, 3 different things. One of which is pretty kind of tinfoil hat-ish, but I'll spit it out. I will say that back in January, we were looking at these different currency pairs. We didn't actually look at CAD then. But what we did find was that there were significant differences between the dollar pair in Bitcoin, the pound, the British pound, and the euro. And what was interesting and of note is that only the dollar pair appeared to be as bearish. The others not as bearish, which was interesting. We referred to total, and this gave us an edge. We're looking at, this is GBP. We see that we had a double bottom there instead of a lower low. That was a more bullish chart. Let's see where that is on the 20. Unfortunately, the GBP trading below the 20. This is interesting because I want to double check all this now. Get the euro. The euro. The heck is that blue line? I just wanted 20 moving at. Yeah. There we go. As well, the euro and the dollar. The Canadian is the only one not below the 20 daily. That's interesting. Trading is closed. That could be a factor. So here's what I could say though. Is this could imply that the CAD may be looking to make gains against the dollar. That could imply dollar weakness, or that could imply CAD strength. Interesting. I'm glad we did this, Gavin. I'm attributing this all to you, man. People have asked me about this, but it's just not something I do, man. You know, taking care of one Bitcoin chart is hard enough. Try 6 different dollar pair or 6 different fiat pairs. Check this out. So, again, we have the same setup. This is the exact same setup from January. Wow, really? Here's what we're seeing. We're seeing the euro pair with a double bottom. That was similar to the GBP pair had a double bottom in January. We took that as, hey, this could potentially be a bullish signal. Now, GBP actually has a higher low today versus 3 days ago. Again, the dollar pair consistently being the most bearish. Isn't this weird? It's not weird. It certainly is manipulation. Bitcoin loves manipulation, man. That's what it lives and breathes on. Let's check this out. The dollar again being the most bearish. When we look at euro, double bottom, that's more bullish. GBP, higher low. Higher low. That's more bullish. Everything is more bullish than a lower low. Oddly, the Canada dollar is...
Hi babe, can you analyze BTC?
BTC, I don't know what that is. Wow, that's interesting, dude. So it's happening again. This is what happened last time. I'll look at these individually really quick for you guys. So here's what I'm talking about. Back in January, GBP double bottomed on these lows. Then it started moving up. Now it has a higher low today. Okay, just keep that in your memory. Double bottom, higher low for GBP. Let's look at the euro. The euro had a different formation as well. The euro actually had higher lows, just higher lows back here, right? And now it's double bottom. So they've switched, they've flopped, or they've traded, I guess. Either way, what we see on the dollar pair is different than both of those. We saw this last time, and we're like, man, that's kind of bearish. Lower low, it's kind of bearish. Happened again. With GBP and euro showing us something different. That is so freaking wild, man. We might have just discovered a secret. So yes, guys, I'm well aware that the CAD this stopped trading. I did acknowledge that. I acknowledge that that's might be why it closed above the 20. But the GBP and the euro pair And the dollar pair here, these are all trading. None of these are closed. These are all on, they're all on Coinbase, to be honest. They're not closed. Ben Roberts, I'm comparing them like they should be the same. I don't know if that's my intent. My intent was to show you this, that we caught this last time, right? This is my intent. Gotta get rid of these moving averages. This is my intent. We caught this here last time, and this was part of our analysis. That the dollar was the most bearish. The point is, again, we see this exact same thing. In February, dollar pair again. So we had higher low. On euro, we had double bottom. On the pound, double bottom, higher low, lower low. Now we go to February, we go to now. Dollar, lower low. Euro, double bottom. GBP, higher low. This is the same pattern. Euro and GBP have just swapped. There was one more factor. I don't know if you guys remember. There was one more thing that was important here. And we decided, okay, well, we can't necessarily just peg one of these as more important because the dollar has the most volume. Probably we just go with what the dollar says, right? Most volume. There's one more that we decided kind of would be the deciding factor here. And it looks as if that exact same deciding factor as last time is sticking with the higher low. Total. This was our deciding factor back here. We had the double bottom or the higher low set up. Higher low. Wow, this is wild. Got it again. Since this isn't trading, I'm just going to throw it on here. There it is. Last time we deferred to total. And total is doing the same pattern again. This is really interesting to me. You guys might not be chart nerds like I am. Maybe this isn't interesting to you. It's interesting to me. And last time, it told us maybe we shouldn't be so bearish, and it played out that way. So, alright. Alright. You guys can enjoy that rant. For the pound about a week. Alright, let's see. Gavin, I just went over the Canadian dollar pair for you. That's how much I appreciate you. I think that was all of them, right? We hit Voyager, we hit AGI, we hit CFI. Oops, I just closed something. We hit ELG, we hit Ethereum, we hit ADA. It's a good day. It's a good day. It's a solid day. And I don't feel exhausted from 800 requests. This is interesting. Can't say I'm used to the streams going like this with 800 watching. Maybe everyone's just so intrigued by that study. Guys, this is the crypto channel, man. Like, there's other crypto channels, but the people here are the crypto believers. I am only here for crypto. I like looking at all charts, man. I like charts. But the only thing I believe in is cryptocurrency. I don't expect others to have that same opinion. But this is the future I see. That's why I'm here. Spreading the good word. Nothing has happened here on Bitcoin That is a lot of 1 hour, really small red candles in a row, though. There's no significance to that, to be honest. Why is my green screen weird?
XLM to wrap it up.
Jimmy Green with the XLM to wrap it up, sure. Yeah, this'll probably be it. This'll probably be it. We'll wrap it up. XLM to wrap it up. Hold your applause, ladies and gentlemen. Ooh. What happened to you? XLM, you snake. What did you do to me? What did you do, XLM? Well, we did hit 50 cents. I cannot, this is hard. This is rough. I find it hard to believe. Well, I mean, I see it. It doesn't really matter if I believe it. XLM broke out of its channel. Okay, broke out this big old channel. Big old channel. Closed above 50 cents. Not once, but twice, and then just sold back off into the channel. That's real weird. That is odd. Let's see. Yup. Alright, 30 cents hasn't been tested yet. That is a strong support level. Looks like it did trade down to 32 and 34. I wonder if this has something to do with all those stuff going on with Ripple. I don't know. Let's get rid of some of these arrows because we're no longer looking for a break out of that consolidation. We got the break to the upside. We got 50 cents. It's like a probably retracement is what we're going to be looking for here. 618. All right. Above 30 cents, XLM's looking pretty good. I'm sure that doesn't feel very good if you bought it at 50 cents, but you don't have bearish divergence on your high locally. Kind of have a bigger picture issue, but not locally. Momentum is still on the sell side. This is true of almost all of the things we've looked at today in dollar pair. You have weekly resistance, 51.99, 52 cents. Are painting bullish divergence, just as most things are in your RSI, and potentially looking for a waning momentum candle on the weekly. Ooh, here we go. XLM looks just fine if you ask me. Weekly Chimoku Cloud TK and KJ acting as support. We saw this happen in January. We also saw this happen in January for Bitcoin. We have the lagging span line leaving the clouds. That was a while ago. Bullish. Honestly, this is an easy call for me. You back tested weekly at 30 cents. If it was below 30 cents, I'll be worried. But with this wick, literally to the penny on the Kaiju, you're looking for a bounce. Looking for a bounce. You got monthly support at 20 cents below you. Got monthly resistance at 42 cents. This is just such a weird wick. Monthly looks fine though. Weekly looks good. Honestly, I think edges with the bounce here. That back test to these weekly closes, support good, and the fact that it's just bought up off of the TK and KJ on the weekly, it found support. Even on the daily. I would likely look to bail. I would probably bail. Personally, if I was in a scalp trade, if I saw it below 30 cents. Is there anything on the 12? Is the 12? Alright, 12 hours waning momentum with a pretty ridiculous bullish divergence. This looks pretty prime. I think edges with the bulls. I think edges with the bulls. That was a good one to end up. If I could speak at all, that'd be great. It's a good one to end it up with. 540. Dog's probably gotta take a big old dump. Here's what we should do, guys. Here's what we should do. First off, love you all. Yeah, the light one, the color correction sometimes makes me turn orange. I'm a ghost today though. Yeah, love you guys, love you all. We're gonna be live tomorrow. We're live today, we're live tomorrow. So what you should do is you should make sure you've subscribed and liked the video. Also, feel free to check out the static video I posted today. That is not going to remain public. It's not, so you might as well get it in. If you are very new, or not even very new, but you're looking for a very basic overview of TradingView, I'll link it in the chat. This is going to be available for everyone to watch only for a few days, then it is going in the vault for patrons only. We're going to be making more of that content. Hope you check it out. I don't even remember what I was saying. Make sure you're liked and subscribed. Hit that bell. Something about a bell. Apparently a bell's extra credit. Join us on Discord. Get in Discord. That's really the wrap up here. Guys, YouTube doesn't always give you notifications. In fact, it usually doesn't, I want to say. The only way to know when we're doing our live daily streams is through Discord. You'll get the notification there. You don't want to miss it. You don't want to miss it being live. Like, this content is so valuable when it's live, and every minute after that, it loses some value. You don't want to end up watching this tomorrow. You'll have already seen these things play out. It won't be as helpful. You want to catch it live. We want you here. I want you here live. So get in the Discord. Great place. I'm going to put, as always, this stream's chart up to be streamed overnight, so you can follow along up in the Discord.
Is my crypto channel. There are many like it, but this one is mine. It is my life. I must master it as I must master my life.
Ooh,
OORAH.
Ooh, John Melia, my man. That's right. Hopefully we gained a ton of new family members today that will tune in tomorrow and are in the Discord ready to go. We're going to put this chart up live. I'm going to put it up there now, as I usually do before the episode even ends. So you know I'm serial. 3, 2. Okay, cool. The party never ends there, guys. Chatting 24/7, all kinds of goodies. There's educational content. You can't go wrong. It's free. Get in there. Waiting for it. Go on, little doggy. If you want more cutting edge technical analysis, like we do here every single day, who else is comparing the currency fiat pairs? Nobody. This is why we get the edges first. This is why we find the edges first. You'll hear them somewhere else later, but we find them because we're looking at anything and everything. Hope you guys tune in tomorrow. Love you all. Happy trades.